Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about another addition to the ColourPop Pretty Fresh line. Today we're going to be talking about the Tinted Moisturizer. Now hopefully you guys caught my video where I was talking about the concealer from this line. Definitely check it out. I've got a special guest, so definitely go out there and show some love. But today we're talking about the Tinted Moisturizer because I really like what this line is all about. Giving you that just overall natural glowy appearance. All the products have hyaluronic acid in it, which my skin loves. But then they also have coconut water, which my skin does not love. But the coconut water is so far on the ingredient deck, like it's so far down in the ingredients, I don't even know if there's any in there. So these are all the reasons why I picked this up. I finally did pick mine up in dark 18W. Now y'all know I'm about to put some information up on the screen here. If you go to the ColourPop website and you go to find your shade, I believe it is, when it comes to this one right here, I find it imperative to use that, because what happens is it takes you to the section of the website where it has pictures of different people who wear the shade you're looking at, and that was what helped me figure out exactly what shade to pick up in this. Because if you were just looking at the colors just online, some of them look lighter, some of them look darker. Had I not used that particular find your shade option on the website, then I would have picked something that was completely that was a whole lot lighter than what this was. Now the beauty about a tinted moisturizer is most times, because it's a light coverage and it's not so pigmented, it can fit a broad range of people, so you don't have to be so technical and so worried about picking your shade. But they do have 18 shades, which I think is fantastic, so that's a lot. Normally when it comes to tinted moisturizers, you got light, medium, tan, dark, you know, I mean like dark, deep. You don't have a lot of options, so I love the fact that this comes in 18 shades, so you have a nice little variety of options to choose from. Now, still putting up information on the screen. Like I mentioned, I love that this product, or this product line from ColourPop, is just all about skin perfecting lightweight coverage for fresh, healthy looking skin. Absolutely love that about it. Now, luckily for you guys, I do have kind of two wear tests. I only have one demo, but I have two wear tests. The first time that I put this on, I didn't use any type of primer. It was just my skincare, went in with it, one side sponge, one side brush, because I wanted you guys to be able to see what the product looked like completely on its own without any help from a primer. And not all of us use primers, although your girl lives for it. And not everyone has the same primer. So I really wanted you guys to be able to see what this tinted moisturizer does all on its own. So after about 7 hours of wear. Now, to set the scene, I just used my normal skincare. I did not use a primer, and this does say that it works well with their primer, but it also works well with other primers as well. So I did not use a primer, and I did not set this at all. Now, I'm an oily skin diva. I normally set all of my foundations or my base products, but I really wanted to show you guys what this looks like on an oily skin diva if you do not use a primer, which I know not everybody does. I live by them. But if you do not use a primer and if you do not set, I didn't even set with the setting spray. Y'all know I'm an everyday all day setting spray type girl. I normally use a powder and I normally use a spray, and I did not use any of that. So this is what your face would look like if you have my skin type and you don't add any additional mattifying, so to speak, properties. So I do not think this is bad. What I will also say is that this probably at the very beginning looked a little dewy from the very beginning and got a little bit tad dewier. So what it looks like right now, it happened at probably the 3rd or 4th hour in, and then it did not get any worse. Like, it got here quick, but then it stayed here throughout the rest of the day. To be today, when I put it on, I actually kind of followed my normal routine. So I have my normal primer on, I set it with the powder, and then I hit it with the setting spray. And this is after 8 hours of wear. I do have oily skin type. I hope I mentioned that somewhere in this video. If I didn't, y'all know your girl has oily skin type. I have enlarged pores, textured skin, your girl getting old. That's what I'm working with. So overall, I really did like how it looked without any help, but for me and my oily skin, it was just a little bit too dewy. A little bit too dewy for me. It's just not my preference. I will also say I'm not a big fan of the brush application. I feel like when you go in with the brush, it tends to, or at least when I did, it tends to give you a little bit more of a made up appearance, and for me, when it comes to a tinted moisturizer, it's a tinted moisturizer. You're only going to get but so much coverage. Now, do I think that you could go in with the brush and get more coverage? Definitely. Do I think that's the best route to go with this? No. I think you should just own it for what it is and use it for what it is, and just use a sponge. The brush, it was just, I didn't like that brush application. But you can use a brush. It does tell you, even in the instructions, I think it tells you somewhere. Hang on. Okay, so if you look online, it does give you some application tips, which I think is very important. It does say, of course, prep your skin with their hydrating primer for extra hydration, but it works well with any primer or any moisturizer. And it says, you know, use a sponge for light coverage, a flat top kabuki for medium coverage, and it tells you that if you want a matte look, set with some powder, or if you want a dewy look, just use their setting spray. So I thought it was important to read that because I like how they do give you the different options for being able to get different looks out of this. But now I wanted to come on here and show you guys that it is possible to get a more oily skin friendly look. If you're not about that dewy life, you can get this with this foundation. Now again, today I use the sponge. The sponge is my favorite way of applying this. I just feel like, again, it's a tinted moisturizer. I'm not trying to get full coverage. I'm not even trying to get medium coverage, really. I just want to even out the skin tone, cover up some huge imperfections, but really let my skin shine through. And I really like the way this applies with the sponge. Honestly, guys, overall, I really, really like this tinted moisturizer. And I like it for several reasons. Number one, you gotta love the price point. You can't hate on something that has quality like this at that price point. Number two, I like the versatility of it. I like the fact that depending on what you got going on, you could get a more dewier look. You can put this on and you can just let it be and let it do its thing. It don't need no help. But if you wanted to help it out, you could put a primer on, you could set it with some setting powder, you could hit it with a setting spray, and you could push the wear time. You could extend the wear time if needed, or if that's what you were looking for. I really feel like this is a product that truly does work for multiple skin types. I can see how this would be beautiful on someone with the drier skin, just because of the way it applies and just the formulation and just that glowiness that I got. I could see that if you were a drier skin diva, you would absolutely love that, and it would wear beautifully throughout the day, all day long for you. But I also add in a little bit of help, adding a couple steps in there. This still works for oily skin divas as well. So I love the fact that this is one of those products that could truly work for everyone. Also, I love how lightweight this is. As I mentioned in one of the demos, I kept forgetting that I had this on, so I would rub my face and rub my nose. I just kept forgetting it was on. That's how lightweight this product is. Now let me of course say, once you go in and you start adding the powder and all that kind of stuff, it does get a little bit heavier, and I do want to be honest about that, but that's the addition of all the products that I put on top of it, and honestly it's still a very comfortable wear. I'm not at the end of the day ready to scratch my face off. It's a nice comfortable wear. And alright, ColourPop, I'm liking your Pretty Fresh line, okay? I am a fan of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh line. So if you've tried any products from this line, definitely comment down below. Please make sure you let us know your skin type and let us know your shade so that everyone can be able to share, because sharing is caring. And definitely check out my girl Lala. She also did a video on this tinted moisturizer. She is a lighter complexion than I am, so if you were looking for a review on how it looks on lighter skin, definitely check out her video. I will link it down below. So I hope this information helps someone else out there. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up, and while you're here on my channel, take a look around, see what else your girl has to offer, and if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye.